think. Alright, here we go. I'm all set up now. Welcome on in, everyone. Allow me to introduce you now to King Asgall. Let me show you what he's about. As you can see here, King Asgall, he is prudent and a yes man and a raider. Bit of a complicated fella. For starters, he will be going for a farming ambition. Should that farming ambition fail, we'll instead go for a stability ambition. For those that know, farming and stability, that's beloved by the people ending. But should that fail, he'll instead go for the, what is it, stability and trade, the spy route. We are always going to try and keep a sizable amount of funds on hand in case of emergencies. And we will always pay to handle an emergency if we can afford it. We do as we're told, and we're always going to back down, but we especially do as we're told when we're being told what to do by the chiefs. We like cruel tax, and we don't care about the state of the economy. So, there we go. It's going to be kind of a rough one. It's going to be whether or not the Chiefs remain loyal to Asgall and get him over the line, I think, more than anything else. But let's break it on down. Pro-Chiefs is going to be bad for non-Chiefs. Yeah, it could be. Sounds like a king that won't get the spoils. We're going to get all the spoils of war. But welcome on in, everyone. Say hello to the kingdom once again. As you can see, right, our farming is kind of abysmal. So we're going to be putting an absolute shift in to get that farming up. Other than that, though, I mean, I say abysmal. 14 isn't the end of the world. It's just the barons in the march are starving. Let's go through and say hello to everyone. Welcome on in to all of my beloved nobles. Welcome to the council for today. At the start of today's game, we are joined by our barons. We've got Baron Zapazak, Baroness Gudako, and Baron Simone. Welcome on in to our three barons for the start of today's game. We're also joined by our chiefs. Top of the list, we have Chief Vivi the second. If Vivi will, there you go. We got Chief Whopper, Chief Mero, Chief Gwentaris the second, and Chief Maximilian. Welcome on in, all of our chiefs. And finally, we got our patricians. Lord Patrician Mutated Zombie Bush, Lord Patrician Gibbo Nexus, Lord Patrician Captain Omek, and Lord Patrician Alex. Welcome on in. Why am I... Oh, right, Simone, when was the last time you played? Because there was an update a little while ago where they changed the port that the game uses for the plugin. So you'll have to reattach your account on the game. You'll have to open up the game, reattach it, yeah? Can you go do that now? And I'll have to manually alter you on the save. But for it to work, you'll have to reattach your account through the game account. And, oh, who's that? Nilawa, welcome on in. But yeah, that happened a few months ago. So you'll have to go through the rigmarole through your Steam game to reattach your account to Twitch. And I'll try to remember to alter the save after today's game to make it recognise you as a premium. But alright, we're going to start now, as always, with the path to victory. Your Majesty, the history books do not look kindly upon usurpers, unless, of course, they prove themselves worthy of the throne they have stolen. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? Of course, I'm going to be the father of the nation. A terrible father, but a father nonetheless. Interesting. Are you concerned for the welfare of the commoners? Or are you just hoping for a fabled passage in the history books? I suggest over the next few years, you focus on improving the kingdom's overall farming as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty. Yeah, let's do an introduction. Let's go shake hands with everyone. Hello, Gwentaris. You did it! You seized the throne! We showed them what the chiefs could do, didn't we? Now just remember which side of your bread is buttered. You answer to us, got it? Long live the North! Ha ha! That's a spirit. Now introduce yourself to the rest of the council, but don't forget what I told you today. Alright, introduce ourselves to the patricians. Who have we got? Hello, Mutated. A pleasure, your esteemed highness. I hope to see our kingdom prosper and grow wealthy under your reign. And finally, from the barons, we have Zapazak. Grey-haired. Is that new? Did you give yourself grey hair? Hail and well met, my liege. Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom into shape. Aye, I saw it. You were black last week, right? With that, the introductions are done. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices. Meanwhile, what do you think? Will he be a good little king and do as he's told? Too early to tell. We should have a backup plan just in case. The plugin didn't connect last week. Oh, what? The thing up the top here? It can be a bit patchy. But then it is like a 3-year-old game at this point. That hasn't been maintained. Just running on running on good vibes at this point. Your Majesty, you may have won the throne from Queen Nerelia, but you must still answer to the council. As is tradition, I will decide what happens at your coronation. Let's get it over with. Shall we call the nobles in? Alright, who have we got? What have we got? What are we? We like farming and we like stability. I mean, the military parade is pretty neat. I think the blood oath... Oh, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. I do like the chief, so the pagan ceremony isn't terrible. I'm just looking through them and thinking, like, okay, so we won for a civil war, a military parade's not bad. Throw me in the river, that's tradition. Holding a pagan northern ceremony, that'll support my northern lineage. Force the commoners to swear a blood oath. That's the only one I wouldn't want. So there we go, winner winner, chicken dinner. Vote how you please, everyone. All right, 5, 1 and 4. That's what, total of 10. 4 people yet to vote. Going once, twice, 3 times. Boom, boom. What was that? A total of 12 votes, right? So, more chiefs wanted this and wanted that, so we're going to lean towards what the chiefs want. You hold a traditional northern ceremony in the palace, of course. That means you're stripped nude, flogged with birches and bathed in goat's blood while a god speaker chants the ancient rites of Morgana. It's all thoroughly pagan. The church is outraged and so are the common folk. They should all just be grateful that you didn't include the ritual sacrifice. Yikes, rough out here. Alright, eyes down everyone, it's time. It's time to vote for your schemes. We got the barons up first with Ruperta of the Simone Harrybottom bloodline. Charismatic marcher trapper stands bathed before a blazing hearth, roaring with arms outstretched. Ruperta. Got a beauty mark and blue hair. When had the barons backed down from a fight? Never! I'll know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful queen, on the throne. Okay, what shall we do for Queen Ruperta? Is it A, subterfuge, B, modernization, or C, propaganda? With subterfuge, you're going to be trying to replace my council. With modernization, you want to take command of the army by upgrading it. And with propaganda, you're going to put up lots of posters and leaflets. Besmirch me. Okay, we got 1 vote. How many of you are there? There's 4 of you, right? Two lower stabilities? Yeah, but I mean, it'll be different stuff going on. Gonna make you a soy jack. Okay. There we go. The barons plan to persuade the population that only a charismatic general can protect them. First, the common folk must be afraid. To advance their scheme, the barons must lower stability to 4 or less in 3 seasons. Orm of the Maximilian Robespierre plan. Notorious northern orator stands precariously on a longhouse crossbeam, spitting as they speak. Morgana is with us. Asgall now sits on the throne, and the chiefs are in charge. But the other regions will already be scheming to depose him. Do we stay loyal to the new king, or cut our losses and put me on the throne instead? Options are A, loyalist, A, loyalist, A, loyalist, and A, loyalist. Maybe B, doppelganger, or C, hornblower. With loyalists, you are going to support me, and my victory will be your victory. With doppelganger, you want to find a body double to replace me with. And with hornblower, you're going to find a magic horn, and you're going to toot it to some degree of destruction. Currently a tied vote, but there are more of you. 1, 2... Is that 7 chiefs at the minute? And Husky's here. Welcome, Husky. Okay, hold on. Let's go. Vivi hasn't voted. Yeah, Vivi, if you're about. Vivi Ridia. I'm going to do a countdown. 3, 2, 1, or it will be a coin toss. Boom, boom. Let's see. What do we got? A loyalist. That settles it then. Long live the king. May he bring glory to Morgana. But we can always change our mind. If Asgall ever gets out of line, we can take up arms and get rid of him. The old-fashioned way. The chief's goal is to aid the king by countering the other region's schemes as much as they can. They'll win the game if the king produces an heir and completes his ambition. However, if defiance gets too high, they can still change their minds and rise up in rebellion. Alright. And finally, Octavia of the Captain Olmec family. Infamous coastal elder scribbles with well-used quill on a hardwood desk, muttering in frustration. Fellow patricians of the coast, my claim to the throne is far more legitimate than that of King Asgall. Something must be done. Let's see, patricians, your options are A, intimidation, B, conspiracy, or C, corruption. With intimidation, you want to infiltrate the palace with your soldiers and force me to submit. With conspiracy, you're going to tie me up with a dirty loan and break me on interest rates. And with corruption, you are going to bribe and blackmail your way into the throne. What will it be, patricians? There's what, 4 of you? A vote for A, a vote for B. Alright, 3, 2, 1, and we'll move on. Boom, boom. Alright, we got conspiracy on the table. The patricians plan to sink the kingdom under an ocean of debt. To advance their scheme, the patricians must lower the treasury to 1,500 or less in 3 seasons. It might be doable. Right, let's have a look across them all. Ruperta, our long-lost niece, in the march. The barons are pursuing the propaganda scheme. For the first stage of that scheme, they need to lower the kingdom's stability to 4 or less in 3 seasons' time. We're currently stood on 4. Orm, a false pretender in the north. The chiefs are staying loyal. They're going to want to help me out with farming and prevent anyone else's schemes kicking off. And finally, Octavia, our treacherous half-sister, in the coast, pursuing a conspiracy scheme. She and the patricians want to lower the kingdom's treasury to 1,500 or less in 3 seasons' time. Currently at 1,500. Whatever, we're not too worried about any of them. Oh dear God, okay. Giant spurders. Hey, Captain. Your August Majesty, the forest on my land has been completely overrun by giant spiders. Some are as big as horses. The trees are shrouded in webs and travellers are going missing. We must put a stop to this. You know what? I think the army can handle a few spiders, right? Spot an impression of me? Oh, okay, no worries then. Oh, I see, I see. Oh lordy, okay. What is that? A total of 11 votes. We got a bunch of you outstanding. Gonna do a final countdown. No time to lose. You send some coastal watch to set fires at the edge of the forest. The whole thing's gotta go. Soon the whole forest is ablaze, as well as several nearby fields and a village. Wildfire rages across the coast for a week, but at least the spiders have been definitely dealt with. Your Highness, this is an outrage. I demand justice. Last week, Lord Patrician Alex shook my hand as a supposed show of reconciliation and stole my family's lucky ring in the process. Hold on, I've got to knock on the door. Give me a minute. Okay, I've just got a delivery. The second issue of 13th Age, the second edition, is now in my living room. I didn't know they'd sent it off yet. I backed it ages ago. That's what I get for not keeping up with my emails. Audio quality went way down. Oh, okay, I guess it's over then, isn't it? Is it no good? Is it fucked? Is it completely from what, just a moment ago? I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I haven't changed anything since I went and answered the door. Just tinny. Now it's... Oh, wait, I just slapped it. Did that fix it? Is it okay now? I just slapped the... Force always works, right? Is it good now? Okay, there we go. Alright, I don't know. Sound like overboosted crap to good. Okay, what I'm gonna do... Hold on, let me go on here. Let me go on the filters I've got. Right, how do we sound now? Is that good? We sound better now. I've just literally turned off all the filters that were active in OBS. Bad? A bit silent? Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, Okay. Let's put them all back on. Right, hold on. Do we sound better or worse right now with gain? How do we sound with this? Is this any better? Right. Let's add the limiter on, so that will hopefully stop it spiking. Does this sound better or worse? Better? Stick to this. Is this good? So I've got gain and I've got a limiter. Alright. Let me just hear what it sounds like. It sounds like. How's it sound now? It sounds like. How's it sound now? Okay. Alright. Maybe that's better. I don't know. Yeah, no, it's because I was playing it so I could hear it. I can't hear myself talk. Alright. Anyway, we're back in it. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. Last week, Lord Patrician Alex kind of just shook my hand as a supposed show of reconciliation and stole my family's lucky ring in the process. Depths below. Nonsense. Rummage through your drawers and I'm sure you'll find the thing. Your Highness, a feud has stood between our families for centuries. Alex Akinaja's ancestors left my ancestor penniless after a cutthroat dice game. Please, being a bad gambler is hardly a grievance. Enough! I know Alex just stole my priceless ring. It brings some much great luck and bounty, and my dear nephew is to wear it when he marries. Okay. What do I want to do here? We're going to do something. We can either arrest Alex outright. What was that voice? Or we can send a Chancellor to investigate. How's your week been, Thrifty? It was good until I started streaming today and found out that my audio is just all over the shop. Hopefully we got it in a good place now, but we'll find out. But yeah, it's been good. I've been streaming other stuff. Continue to stream Ark Raiders and other various extraction shooters. I haven't noticed any audio problem. No, I think we solved it. I think we chilled it out. I think it's okay now. Maybe. But yeah, that's easy. 9, yeah. Shadow Moon thanks you profusely, but the patricians are furious the accusations are being taken seriously. You order the Chancellor to search Alex's home for his special ring. Goodness me! I do enjoy tales about such mysteries. I shall do my best. As a lurking, thank you for that. Yeah, I always enjoy a good lurk. It's always good, even if you don't feel like talking or you don't want to say things in chat. I do see the number. The number goes up and it's good. Things are going good with the streams. Like, we're slowly getting up there. Like, between both Kick and Twitch, I get an average of like 10 or 11 people a stream watching me. So it's fantastic. Thank you everyone that shows up during the week to watch me stream things other than King of the Castle. I appreciate it. Alright, here we go. Viviridia II. Your Greatness, I have a brilliant idea. Why don't you hold the Battle Royale to choose your honor guard? If you let us host it in the north, I'll even pay for it. The spectacle will boost our economy massively, and of course I'm confident the Northern Warriors will win. Thanks for the stream. Oh, no worries. Yeah, no. I don't... Ah! What was that? Celebrity, thank you for the biddies. Biddies for Thrifty. Thank you. But listen, I'm not here to get, like, pats on the back. I'm here to be entertaining, hopefully. If I have to fight my mic to do so, so be it. But you come here to be entertained. I put it on to be entertaining. And I'm hoping that we can continue to make good strides with that stuff. Hit him at Tomato Town. 10 kills on the fort. Wait, what? Dance, monkey, dance? Yes, that's it. I'm the dancing monkey. But yeah, thank you. I'm glad you're all having fun. Your Majesty, this is pointless. Why don't you choose your honor guard and have done with it? I don't know. Vivi, are you about? How does Vivi Ridia feel about hosting it? Does it cost money? Then again, Vivi has a lot of money. You must say yes to the... I mean, they're saying yes to the Chiefs because there is that, saying yes to the Chiefs because I'm a yes man and I like the Chiefs and yada yada yada. But then there's still the fact that Vivi, out of character, is going to be paying money for something in character is creating, you know? But you know what? We'll do it. We'll host the Battle Royale. That's okay. The gods are good. I'll begin organising the event at once. A week later, you receive word of the Battle Royale is due to begin. Held on a northern mountaintop, you travel up to spectate along with a horde of murder fans from all across the kingdom. Welcome one and all. Today's competitors are Northern Warrior Heroes, Champion Gladiators from the Coastal Arena, and the Baron's battle-hardened veteran soldiers. Who will you support, Your Greatness? It's the Northern Warriors. A wise choice. Now let's watch as the little blood gets spilled, shall we? And watch the fight. 40% chance. The bell rings. The Marcher soldier charges like a bull, his sword already swinging. The Northern Warrior blocks it with his battle axe, grunting with the effort. The Northern Warrior scarcely has time to catch his breath before the Gladiator is also upon him. Roaring with mad laughter, sparks fly as blades clash. Three fighters dart back and forth, almost too fast for your eye to follow. Once, twice, the blade finds its mark, blood sprays, and finally someone stands victorious. It's a Coastal Gladiator! No! Doing some kind of obscene victory dance. His opponents lie dead at his feet. Acts of my ancestors. They must have cheated. Or we just got unlucky. Regardless, you have a new honor guard, Your Greatness, but not the one we wanted. With that, the Battle Royale is over. Everyone agrees it was a fine day out for those who survived, and the Northern Army attracts a wave of new recruits. Praise the oily boys, victory dance. Okay. I got you all. I see you. Having fun over there, are we? Getting my Northern champion murdered in the arena. Alright, here we are. with regards to our first auction. Let's see. Barons want to keep stability low. They can decrease it with B to prison. Stability cannot be risen with anything. Rough. I'm a fan of farming, and we can get more farming with the aqueduct. So C, the aqueduct. And yeah, I feel like the aqueduct is what I'd want. The prison things, everything else will just be your preference based off whatever roleplay you guys have got going on. Hail, my liege. Hey, Final Park, welcome on in. But yeah, here is the list with everyone and their money. And we're going to start the auction now. Type !fund, followed by the letter of the item you would like to fund, followed by the amount of money you'd like to fund it with. Top 2 items at the end of the auction will be built and take effect. Bids on any other items will be refunded. You've got about 40 seconds to get your funds in. Try not to miss out. There is a slight delay on stream, so I'll type in chat when there are 10 seconds left. Second poorest. Yeah, Vitamin was poor from before. Poor from before. What have we got? F&B, the prison, and the Thieves Guild. 10 seconds! Go, go, go! Don't miss out! Alright, what did we end up with? C and F, right? Huh. Aqueduct and Thieves Guild. Beautiful. Thank you, Slibbity. Barons, what's our scheme? It's propaganda. You want to keep the kingdom's stability to 4 or less. Wait, what? Already? That was quick. Patricians could maybe rebel. Yikes. Oh dear. Oh no. Your Majesty, I found Baron Shadowmoon's ring, but the situation is delicate. Lord Patrician Alex of the Just House, his niece has it, because Shadowmoon's nephew used it to propose to her. My guardian Alex just doesn't understand true love. My dear Matthias and I are meant to be together, feud or no. All we want is a quiet life, a little garden, a flock of geese, 20 acres of land or so. No one knows about this romance yet, but tensions are high. Both regions are using the feud to fuel on a full-on rivalry between the barons and patricians. Perhaps I'm soft-hearted, but I can't help feeling for this young couple. Is there a way we could resolve this peacefully? Yeah. Bless it. Oh, cheers, my liege. Haha. You formally bless the upcoming marriage of Matthias and Julia. Both barons and patricians are outraged, claiming that you've disrespected their centuries-long feuding tradition. As wedding preparations begin, the story of the love-struck couple catches the imagination of Marcher peasants who work together to make a huge cornucopia as a wedding gift. New book. Your Majesty, I approach you with a delicate matter. Speak freely, my good fellow. For many years, a monk in the coast by the name of Gildefrith has been writing a history of the kingdom. But I regret to say that his assessment of your predecessor is nauseating in its obsequiousness. How so? It's flattery to the point of absurdity, Your Majesty. He describes the previous monarch as having the wisdom of 60 sages and the cheekbones of a young god. Since your family usurped the previous monarch, this makes you look very bad in comparison. We must assemble the council. Here's my plan. Arrest him and burn all the copies of his manuscript. That's the good shit right there. Aaron should join us. You'll never back down with a fight. Never. Yeah, well, you know. You say the Barons should join you, but I think the Barons want to fight you. Alright. Thank you very much. Gildefrith is flung into your dungeons to contemplate his choice of words. His manuscript, many years in the making, is reduced to ash in seconds. Sure, the patricians mutter that you're a tyrant, but they won't dare put that down in ink. They might do in a declaration of war. Your Majesty, it's important you find a spouse sooner rather than later. Just want to see... Oh, okay, yeah, hold on. There's a sign. We're prudent, we're a yes man, and we're a raider. So I want you to know you're going to go to war with me, and I'm going to plunder you for all you're worth. Alright? I'm going to immiserate the patricians if they go to war with me. I'm going to do my best to beggar them all. Take liberty of finding eligible candidates. What is your preference, men, women, or do you not mind? What do I want? A free anyone. Anyone. Thank you, Your Majesty. I'll send out messages to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. It's an easy enough... Hey, Vitamin, hello, welcome. It's an easy enough decision. You're married to the chiefs as we agreed before you took the throne. Right? Probably. Chiefs are going to have like a huge boost. Alright. Pats, I'm going to do a final countdown. If there's a random pat that wants to rebel, now's the time. 3, 2, 1 and we'll be moving on. Oh, it happened. There we go. I mean, I kind of need the Barons on side with this one, right? But do not tax us unfairly. I'm pro cruel tax, so I'm tempted. I would have if the Pats hadn't have rebelled, I'd have cruel taxed them. So it's like I'm pro cruel tax, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna common you all, but I'm not happy about it. I can't believe the patricians would have me sit out my first cruel tax. Alright, we're going to start with Rebellion, Opening Strike, and then eligible options. At long last, the patricians, at long last, immediately, within a year of you taking the throne, the patricians have reached their boiling point. You're confronted in your throne room by Lord Patrician mutated Zombie Bush, his smile gleaming in the light of the braziers. Rebelling to evade taxes is incredibly in character. It is. The patricians of the coast will bring you down, pretender to the throne. We will rise up and fight for Octavia, the true queen. This is a formal declaration of war. The next time we see each other will be on the battlefield. My God, the Baron's propaganda absolutely writes itself. Seize him! Come along now, traitors get the chop. What? But you can't do this! I'm an envoy! See how the king's tyranny grows worse by the day? Your watchmen waste no time. Lord Patrician mutated zombie bush is dragged out into the courtyard, and his head is struck from his shoulders. Salutes in chat. Zombie Bush the First has passed away. Zombie Bush the Second will take their place. That is our first kill. Of the game. Salutes, pay your respect. I didn't expect them to move so boldly, Your Majesty. What are our chances against the rebels? The patricians are formidable, but not undefeatable. I hope they don't persuade any other regions to join their rebellion. That would prove disastrous. How did things get this bad? The leader of the rebellion is Lord Patrician Slippity Slap. As reason for the uprising, he's citing your past transgressions, mainly the pagan northern ceremony at your coronation. Oh, shut up. Shut up. Nothing wrong with getting naked and letting someone hit me with birch sticks. We're gonna kill them, right? Yes, Your Majesty. That's a spirit. So this is it? Civil war? That's all right, Your Majesty. The kingdom is divided. There'll be a lot of death and suffering before we get this all over with. I can't wait. I'm going to go dig out the old trebuchets. Should the barons rebel? No. Why do you want to rebel? You're going to win this fight. You smell that, my friend? Sorry, I think I stepped in some. That's freedom, you can smell. Freedom from the mad tyrant King Asgall. At long last, we've risen up against his oppression. But if we want to keep our freedom, we must fight for it. I ask you, my fellow patricians, what will be our opening strike against the king? We can launch a preemptive military strike against the chiefs to cripple their military. If we suspect the barons may join our cause, we can call them to war. We can also call upon the church to condemn the king, or finally, we could send off an assassin to nip this all in the bud, if you get what I mean. Okay, Gibbo will be the one paying for the assassin. But you've got options. Hey, launch a preemptive strike. It's the assassin. Okay. I'm not even going to go through them. We're close to being able to if we choose to. I mean, yeah, the barons could if they want, but I think they're going to pass their scheme quite easily here, so I don't know if it's in their best interest. Thank you for meeting me at such a short notice. The sum you offered piqued my interest. You understand why the sum is so high, though, Yes, you want me to assassinate the king. It is no trouble. I'm a child of the Viper, and if you have the gold and you want a man dead, he is dead. Get it done. Dagger over hammer. Well, let's find out here. I have found 2 potential matches for you. Obviously, the ongoing rebellion has limited our options. In any case, I've found an eligible young candidate from each of the kingdom's loyal regions. You're in desperate need of securing an alliance right now, so choose wisely. Yes, I know. The Chancellor leads you to the Great Hall, where they've arranged 2 portraits on easels for now. Each is covered by a cloth. Alright. I am leaning kind of heavily to the chiefs, but I'm also Very aware of the Civil War. Yeah, rare interaction. In fact, I don't think I've ever personally seen this before in one of my games. We've speedrun it. If I have, it was a long time ago. But yeah, if someone rebels before you're looking at your matches, they don't provide a match for you. I'm going to say someone that's good with money, somebody that's got a clean reputation, somebody that's got lots of money, maybe knows how to fight. Alright, let's see them. They whisk away the cloth from the first portrait. This is Asgall, firstborn son of the Northern Weldris clan. He's your typical northern lad, and as far as I can tell, big and loud and all the social graces of a goat, but means well. Despite that, he's clearly got some brains. He's an avid reader with a vast library. They say he's popular with the common folk up north. He's alright. I don't know how I feel about a double Asgall. And finally, we have the Marches offering. Martin, scion of the prestigious Husky boy and bloodline. Martin needs a nap. Unlike most of the barons, he can conduct an entire conversation without shouting. And look at him, he's so handsome. He's so handsome. He's so handsome. He's like there, like, ooh. Looks like he's just got back from an all-night bender. He's even got messy hair. Like most of the barons, his great passion is hunting. No beast is safe from his crossbow. Oh, and he's not popular with the peasantry. Something about him sets their teeth on edge. He's tired because he's working on the finances? Oh, I don't know. Do we go for the tired and quiet baron? Or I guess your type is half asleep and hungover. That's the Chancellor's type, I'd imagine. What do you think? Of course, by picking a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. I think Asgall being brainy and popular with the small folk. I mean, I think Asgall is the better option, but Martin is the political option. And he's not terrible. He's a hunter and the peasants don't like him. You know, we gotta Game of Thrones it a bit. Yeah, sorry. The double Asgall is not gonna happen. I've sort of been forced by the rebellion. Oh, wait. Clearly got some brains, and he's popular with the common folk. I've made my decision. It's going to be Martin of the March. Excellent, I'll make the arrangements. There we go. Now we can slap the coast silly. While the king combats the rebellion in the coast, a general has risen in the march, the indomitable Baroness Ruperta. General, fantastic news. We're ready to move forward with the plan. The kingdom is in such a state that commoners are begging for someone to save them. Now we need to frame you as the solution to their problems. What about a little scaremongering about the Ashmedian Empire? They're always coveting our land, especially in the march. Brilliant idea, General. The people will be wary after the war. It will make them easy to make them fearful of another. In the meantime, we'll build an army that will back your words. The next stage of the Baron's scheme, their stat goal is to have the highest military in 3 seasons. The Civil War could do that. Like, the Chiefs could take enough losses. I do reckon Royal gamble, because I like money. It's okay. Alright, rebellion is afoot. Ooh, okay, a great battle, something wrong. Royal wedding. Okay, we're going to start with the wedding. Then the great battle, then something wrong. Right? The Civil War casts a shadow over your wedding. Instead of being a joyous public holiday, the day arrives without much pomp or ceremony. Still, all your loyal nobles have arrived in the capital to keep up appearances. Soon enough, you're standing in St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Martin at your side. Do you take this man as your lawfully wedded husband? I do. Then I pronounce you king and husband. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance. Your new husband Martin laps up the attention, delivering a witty speech in which he flatters you outrageously. By the time you find yourself alone with Martin, it's past midnight and you've never felt more tired. You danced so very beautifully. It was such a wonderful day, wasn't it? I'm a bit preoccupied, what with the war. This shocks him at first, and then he smiles. Ah, me neither. Still, I suppose this is the game we must play. Let's drop the act, shall we? With pleasure. Well, what shall we talk about? I'm so used to steering a conversation into safe waters, I've forgotten how to let it run its natural course. Tell me what you're passionate about. Why, hunting, of course. There's something so primal, so rewarding about eating a dinner you caught yourself. The Archbishop's a pompous old fool, isn't he? From there, the conversation flows like fine wine. You pass the battle back and forth, joking about the greedy nobles and the self-righteous Archbishop. At night's end, you join your husband in their bed, feeling for the first time that you glimpsed his real feelings. We are good. Alright, everyone, lock in. Vast armies darken the landscape like shadows of clouds. Flags are flying. Drums are pounding in rhythm with the marching of boots. The kingdom is gripped with civil war. At least that's what you imagine. Most of your time is spent in the safety of your palace, poring over a giant map with the Marshal. Your Majesty! The army of the coast is advancing on the capital, led by that treacherous cur Lord Patrician Slippity Slap. I received word from the commander of our loyalist forces in the march. If they march now, they'll intercept the patricians in a matter of days. Alternatively, they could join forces with the army of the north. It's risky, but together they'd have a higher chance of defeating the accursed patricians. What are your orders? Barons, assemble. Ruperta wants to make all this noise about being a great general. It's time to go win a battle for me. Very well, your majesty. I'll relay your orders to Baron Final Park. Hopefully they will do as they're told. God knows treachery can thrive on a battlefield. We have our orders, but should we follow them? What's it going to be, barons? A. Follow orders and fight the rebels. B. Defy orders and link up with the chiefs. Or C. Hang back like cowards and let the rebels march on the capital. Barons, what's it going to be? It's not my fault the Barons' military was the first to act and got there. Telling me that we're using you to soften them up? No, oh my good god, what is this? Oh no! Oh, I can't believe it! Right, how many of you are there? Right, there's another 3 of you that could vote. Another 2 of you that could vote. I'm going to do a final countdown in chat. 3, 2, 1. Break the tie. What's the story behind this decision? I don't know what the Barons are thinking. But they're going to fight. They're going to fight. Hey! They dragged themselves out of bed. The whole city holds its breath. You stew in your palace waiting for your marshal's return. Finally, she bursts into your throne room, drenched in the blood and sweat of battle. Marshal, report. At dawn, we drew up in battle formations. It's all very orderly at first, Your Majesty. But after the trumpets blow and the cavalry charge, it's nothing but blood and screams. As battles go, it's a hell of a slog. Much blood was spilled on both sides. When it ended, even I wasn't sure who had won. But good news! The Barons were victorious. We are good. So much death, and for what? To save your sorry head from being mounted on a spike. So stop complaining, eh? The coastal army is scattered all over the countryside. It'll be months before they can regroup. This gives the chiefs time to bolster their troops. We are good. It'll all come down to the next battle, Your Majesty. The fate of the kingdom hangs in the balance. All right. Let's see. I reckon I need to lead the troops personally. I mean, we did win one civil war to put me here. I must advise against this. You'll be in great danger, and inspiring as your presence may be, the troops... your death or severe injury would destroy their morale completely. You simply must protect me then. Very well, Your Majesty. I'll prepare your armour and horse. We'll ride at dawn. I lost my hand? Oh no. Wait, what? Marshal says no? Oh, what? The yes man? I mean, it's a bit late. Get me a hook. My liege, my musketeers and cavalry have proven to be a success. We barons have proven our military prowess. Yes, you have. No worries. Okay, speaking of martial prowess, here we go. There's an afternoon like any other. You're sitting atop your throne, listening to the petitions of the common folk. A merchant is droning on about the number of beggars in the capital's main square. Suddenly you spot a flash of movement out of the corner of your eye. What's that? Hooded man steps forward from the crowd, unsheathing a lethal-looking blade from his belt. The merchant's droning stutters to a halt. Guards! Guards! But your coastal gladiators are conspicuously not rescuing you. In fact, they've drawn their weapons and formed a line, preventing the watch from stepping in. The assassin steps towards you completely unopposed and hurls a dagger. As the assassin flings the blade, your life flashes before your eyes. You could really die here. Good vibes only, everyone. It's time to duck. You roll out of the way with just enough to avoid the thrown blade. It leaves a narrow cut across your cheek and embeds itself in the throne's backrest. Oh my god. You try to stand up, but your legs are weak. You collapse to one side, convulsing. Everything goes black. You fall into a deep abyss. Fragmented images flash past you, your husband at your bedside holding your hand, a doctor pulling leeches on your brow, sunlight streaming through the window. When you finally wake up, you're lying in a hospital bed with your spy master sitting opposite. Ah, good. You're finally awake. What happened? You nearly died. You've been comatose for about 2 weeks. The assassin's blade was coated in scorpion cat venom. The antidote is exceedingly rare. It's fortunate I've been saving some for a rainy day. My honor guard betrayed me. They did. I guess they knew about the attack well ahead of time. No doubt they've fled back to their home region by now. Don't worry. When this rebellion is crushed, I'll hunt them down and boil them alive. Did you catch the assassin? Alas, we did not. The Viper's children are a devious bunch with hideouts all over the world. He's probably already fled to Taverlin. Am I going to be alright? Yes, your majesty. You're on the road to recovery. But it was touch and go. Throughout the kingdom, commoners and nobles alike were convinced you would die. Panic spread like wildfire. Even worse, this near-successful assassination attempt makes you look weak. More and more people are convinced that rebels will prevail. Patricians will pay dearly for this. They are, your majesty. Rest up. We need you at full strength. The patricians will stop at nothing, even murder to bring you down. And they came so close to succeeding. Deep in the back rooms of the royal palace, the northern chiefs are poring over secret letters and scribbled diagrams. On the wall is a cork board filled with pins and crisscrossed by coloured string. The king didn't marry Asgall, says Whopper, but at least he married someone. Now he just needs to get on with finding an heir. Aye, clock is ticking, says Weldress. The war is going to make things very difficult. Now we're going to have to deal with both cowardly plots and treasonous rebels at the same time. Big heart, Falter will be watching over us. King Asgall isn't going anywhere on our watch. The chiefs must continue to aid the king by winning the civil war and countering the other region's schemes. They will win the game if the king produces an heir and completes his ambition. They may also join the ongoing rebellion, but this will cancel the loyalist scheme. Righto. It's actually looking okay, provided we win the next battle. The happy couple, sickness spreads. Okay, what's the happy couple? Your Majesty, my dear Julia smuggled out a note to me from the coast. She wants none of this terrible war. Please allow me to take a march scouting party to rescue her. Matthias, you absolute Chad. Your Majesty, is this really a priority? Please, I'm begging you, let us be together at last. Go, Matthias! Do it! I reckon we gamble on the gamble. An expedition. Loyalists, please, vote A. We got to rescue Julia. The coin flipper love. 50-50 chance of success. Barons are a little reserved on the matter, but truth be told, it's got to be done. Send them out. It's time for a raid. Under cover of darkness, Matthias rides out with a small team of Marcher elites. He returns with Julia on his horse, as well as a large bag of Lord Patrician Alex's gold. Yo! We just stole money. I love it. Love a good bit of plunder. Lovely. Thanking you profusely, the couple steal away to the Isle of Saul to live out the Civil War in peace. Hey, there we go. Get wrecked, patricians. Oh, winner, winner, chicken dinner. We love it. At least our man did what they do best, rob the enemy. Yeah. Oh, final part, what's up? My liege, a terrible sickness is spreading among my troops in the march. What can we do about it? If we let the disease run its course, we'll have lost a lot of soldiers we can't afford to lose. But I'm not sure how much we can do. Perhaps the council can see a way forward? I think we can do a quarantine. That would be fine, right? C for quarantine. We need our military strength. Yeah, well, I mean, if we quarantine it, we'll reserve as much as we can, right? Mero, why are you saying nothing? That's so mean. These are our allies in the war. Okay. Medical doctors are going to go from Quell University. I know how to treat this sickness, Your Majesty. It's a simple remedy. Garlic, wormwood, and spleen of goat. And we mustn't forget leeches. Lots of leeches. Of course, gathering the ingredients to treat the whole army doesn't come cheap. At great expense, you send out the best doctors from Quell University out to the march to cure your troops. I hope they're worth the money. 60%. 60%. 900 gold for a 60% run. Here we go. The doctors get to work with their leeches and bizarre concoctions. Some of your soldiers even benefit from the treatment. But it quickly becomes clear that the doctors are fighting a losing battle, especially after they also catch the sickness. By the time the sickness has finished cutting through the march of troops, hundreds of soldiers are dead. And morale among the survivors has plummeted. Oh my god. Salutes in chat. Yeah, the plague has done more damage to the Marcher army than the patricians did. It ain't good. It ain't good, is it? It's a bit rough. We ain't having a good day, lads. It's the night before the battle. The atmosphere among the northern warriors is jubilant. You've heard plenty of war songs sung around campfires over the past few days. On the journey, you've had to leave most of the luxuries of the king behind, but your marshal was good enough to ensure the royal command tent is always well stocked with wine. We're going to abstain from alcohol tonight. We're going to stay crisp, clear head. Chiefs get wasted, they might do, but I've got to lead a battle. I don't think a prudent individual, right, would get absolutely trashed. I don't think we're getting trolleyed. I think we'd be a bit more cautious about it, and we want to be on our... We're not teetotal, but I mean, the night before a big battle where you want your wits about you, I say yes to having a clear head rather than to wine. You'll need a clear head, see? And sharp wits for the battle ahead. Tomorrow we find how you feeling, Your Majesty. Eager for glory. Let's see if that feeling survives contact with the enemy. Now that you're here, you will need to lead your troops, otherwise their morale will plummet. Of course. I'm glad you understand. The next day, an ungodly hour, you climb up onto your warhorse and ride out with your troops to meet the patricians on the battlefield. The sky is blood red. Flags whip in the wind, horns blow, drums beat. Both sides are in formations, with the enemy visible only as 1,000 gleams of sword and armour. Your troops are looking at you. They expect a speech. Come with me, my northern brethren. We go once more to glory, to cement our legacy on the throne. Never again will we fall prey to patrician rule. Never again will those money grubbers tax us. Nay, from here on out, it shall be us who tax the patricians. It's time they paid us back for generations of theft. Today we stand, and today we fight, brave warriors of the North. Your soldiers reply with a full-throated roar that nearly knocks you off your horse. We're going to charge. Of course we're going to charge. Your warhorse surges forward, sweat streaming from its flanks. You raise your sword, and for a beautiful moment, it catches the crimson light of the sun. The army roars and rumbles into motion behind you. The crown lives. There we go. When you reach the enemy lines, however, things are a bit more complicated. It's pure chaos. Soldiers screaming and rolling around in the mud, blades flashing and clashing, blood spurting. At some point your warhorse is cut down, but you roll out from under it and spring back up. Waving your sword, your soldiers roar with renewed vigour. Lead your troops to victory, to destiny. You shout to your soldiers and hold firm in the face of coastal onslaught. Inch by bloody inch you push them back and back. Rip and tear! The battle lasts for hours, and then in an instant it's over. The patricians are running, your soldiers cheer and chase them down, shoving swords into their fleeing backs. Victory! Glorious victory! We did it. We did. After the battle is won comes the bloody unpleasant business of hunting down and killing the enemy before they can regroup. Their screaming faces will haunt you for a long time. After that comes the celebration. Your soldiers rampage around the camp, drunk and singing, happy to see another nightfall. Meanwhile, you and your marshal retreat to your tent to plan your next move. I can't believe we won. It's largely thanks to you, your majesty. Without your leadership. At that moment, a frantic soldier bursts in. Your Majesty, I've received word from our scouts. I don't quite know how to say this. Spit it out, damn you! Yes, ma'am. Your Majesty, the patricians must have split their forces. The army we defeated was a diversion. They've got another regiment making its way through the Crownlands. They'll be outside the capital in a matter of days, and the chiefs are too far away to help. What do we do? We must prepare for a siege. We've got a lot of work to do. Build up the capital's fortifications, stockpile food, train up a militia. Don't worry, your majesty. This is the last-ditch ploy of a defeated enemy. We need to outlast the siege, and then the chiefs will come to our rescue. The patricians are having a rough day. I'm going to be real with you, Celebrity. It's not looking good for them. If you are a baron, you may want B the fortress to boost your own military and C the stadium to chip away at the chief's military. That's about it, really. I mean, there's no... If you want to hurt my chances, you could say A, the deer park to lower farming. Frankly, I'd quite like F, the library, to get a bit more stability on the go. But here we are. Here's everyone and their money. We're going to start the auction now. Type !fund, followed by the letter of the item you would like to fund, followed by the amount of money you'd like to fund it with. Top 2 items at the end of the auction will be built and take effect. Bids on other items will be refunded. You've got about 40 seconds to get your funding in, but there's a slight delay on stream, so I'll type in chat when there are 10 seconds left. Let's have a look-see here. What do we reckon? What do we reckon? A and C at the minute. Deer Park and Stadium. Why do you want to hurt me so? Boom! 10 seconds. Go, go, go. There we are. Okay, so a deer park and a stadium. Fantastic. Alright, a deadly disease besieged in about your heir. Let's start with this. Your Majesty, I have good and bad news. Which would you like first? Give me the bad news. There's an outbreak of a rare disease called Timian's pox inside the city walls. Civilians are dying by the hundreds, and it'll spread to our garrisons if we're not careful. And the good news? I have a plan for how we can use this disease against our enemies. After all, they are but a stone's throw from our walls these days. Go on. Timian's pox is spread by close contact to the infected individuals, as well as through rats and fleas. It'd be a trivial matter to spread such a disease to the traitors outside our walls. Devious and despicable. I love it. I knew you'd agree. Oh, it's a bit rough. It's a bit rough, I'm gonna say. Let's eliminate it. Yeah, we can do that. I reckon B. I mean, it's a small issue to spread it, but it could blow up in our faces. For the coast salutes. Yeah, for the coast, yeah. That one. Citizens of the capital are your primary concern, so you divert your attention towards them. In the end, the outbreak within the city walls is more or less completely contained. Your citizens are spared the worst of its effects of the disease, and you are hailed as a hero. But the siege continues, and your enemies are still as strong as ever, so there we go. The patricians march through the Crownlands, pillaging and burning. The roads are heaving with refugees, and corpses clog the river. Now the capital is surrounded, you stand on the ramparts of your palace, staring out in dismay at the army camps stretching for miles outside the city walls. Get down from there, Your Majesty, if they get lucky with a crossbow bolt. Is there any hope, Marshal? Only one. The barons and the chiefs are still out there, Your Majesty. They've defeated the rebels at every turn. I hope they get here in time. Ninth God will decide our fate. As you finish your sentence, an immense trebuchet hurls a 10-ton boulder towards the capital. It crashes into a nearby clock tower, smashing it into smithereens. Like I said, Your Majesty, you'd better get inside. Your marriage to Martin has grown stale. Oh, you get along well enough and made some good memories, but there's no spark. He cares more about hunting innocent animals than your happiness, but spark or no spark, you still need an heir. Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair. But something's still missing. You need an heir. However, securing an heir is impossible while the kingdom is at war with itself. Defeat this rebellion and then, and only then, is it worth looking to the future. I will talk to you again when the realm is at peace. Okay. The Grand Hall of Baron Ilawa's castle, a number of figures are hunched around a hearth, plotting away. The crowd has been thinning out of my rallies. What happened? Shortages of money and manpower throughout the military are making you look weak, General. It's difficult with the war and all. We're trying our best to plug the gaps, so best be quick about it. My speeches can only carry us so far. The Baron's aim is to have the highest military. I kind of want to cruel tax someone. But no, we're not going to do it. We'll cruel tax the patricians next. The siege grinds on. Another dawn breaks. A great army of the coast sprawled outside your city. The siege drags on. Your food supplies are dwindling. The streets outside your palace explode in daily riots as the citizens demand to be fed. Don't worry, Asgall. The barons will be here to save us soon enough, I'm sure of it. As evening draws on, horns blast outside the city walls. The patricians are mounting a final attack. Look at the guy with the arrow in his eye. Yeah, he's just like, oh! Off he comes. Ah. Let's do it. This will be good. We can reward our loyal nobles this way. The sun rises on a city in turmoil. The patricians begin their assault last night. And you've heard nothing outside but the screams and howls and clash of blades since. Half the capital is in flames, soldiers rush back and forth. You haven't seen your marshal since the night before, perhaps she's already dead. The royal court is empty except for you and your husband. We'll be alright, won't we? We'll survive this. Yes, of course. You wouldn't lie to me to make me feel better, would you? No, Martin, no. Your Majesty, you must see this. Come, follow me. Let's follow the spy master. As she leads you and Martin up to the palace walls, where you look out over the endless mass of soldiers rampaging through the streets of the city. In the darkness of dawn, you can barely make them out, only silhouettes and countless glimmers of torches. You duck as a burning arrow sails overhead. Why did you bring me here? Look closer, Your Majesty. The army is shifting and convulsing like a great beast in pain. Horns, trumpets, hooves thunder. The barons and the chiefs have arrived in full force, a mighty hammer smashing the patricians against the walls of the city. Victory! After that, it's just mopping up. The patricians make a brave final stand, but they don't stand a chance. Their army is crushed. By dawn, rebel corpses clog the rivers and blanket the city streets. The crows feast like never before. Soon the armies of the barons and the chiefs are parading through the city, waving their banners and showing off their loot. That's not actually the spy master, right? But okay. Meanwhile, Lord Patrician Slippity Slap, leader of the rebellion, is brought to you in chains. Any last words, Slippity? The common folk crowd into the palace to watch the trial. I will hunt you down, tyrant. Maybe not in this life, but in the next, for what you did to my daughter and grandson. The knife will smite you down for the coast. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Dibs on the vineyard? Yeah, throw him in the dungeon. Stiff-backed and silent, Lord Patrician's Slippity Slap is dragged to oblique. He's thrown into darkness to reflect on his treachery. Just like that, salutes in chat. The coast is defeated, the rebellion is over, the kingdom is yours again. Kill count up to number 2. Celebrity, thanks for playing. We now got the second. Echoes down a hallway. Yeah. As you sit pleasant atop your throne, the common folk raise a mighty cheer. Long live the king, they shout. Long live the king. Hail to the crown. Thank you everyone. In a dingy seaside tavern, 2 patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. The treasury's not empty. The king won't be tempted by our loan offers. Maybe we can arrange some kind of heist. Don't get ahead of yourself, Lord Patrician. This coup will be conducted entirely within the bounds of the law. We have our principles, after all. Patricians aim to lower the treasury to 1,500 or less. It's not going to happen, lads. It can't happen. I can't let it happen. You honor guard. The treacherous honor guard who left you to die will no doubt find bloody justice, your majesty. But we must move on. We must replace him at once. The king needs protection. Yeah, listen. I'ma be real with you. It's the Northern Warriors. We're gonna go that way. Very good, your majesty. I will make the arrangements at once. The warrior heroes arrive a few weeks later. They swagger in with big grins and bigger axes, belching and singing and roaring out unsavoury jokes. One of your courtiers faints. Yeah, Zach, I'm still a chief. I'm still pro-chief before everything else. Bad news! Bridzochi. Wait, Bridzochi? Bridzochi. Bridgerotai. I can't even. I'd say Prids. Call me PJ? Thank you. That's great. PJ. Chief PJ. Bad news, Your Highness. A meddling wizard has set up shop in Skullheim. I believe it's Pestia, Lady of Pestilence. Oh, whoa. Tell me about this wizard. Wizards have managed to tame creation itself. They wield untold power and are naturally distrusted by the church. Even the High Inquisitor wouldn't dare move against them openly. Pestia has influence over plagues, diseases and insects, and all other horrid things like that. She's put out a call for new apprentices, which is a rare event. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for many. Droves of unwashed, glory-seeking common folk from all over the north are lining up for the chance. Not just peasants. I, the cheese, have also decided to apply. The competition will be fierce, but those common folk will be no match. I'll be the most powerful noble this council has ever seen. Yo, The cheese, you are the apprentice. My fellow nobles. You could put your clothes on if it wasn't for your servant's help. Now. Let's assemble the council, and here's the deal. Allow him to do it. We're going to allow the cheese to do it. Come on, the barons have earned it. And I say yes to Baron de Cheese. He helped you in the rebellion, exactly, yeah. This is a good turn. There is a high chance he'll die. I mean, yeah, but that's just life. I predicted it. I will survive. Okay, we'll find out. By the old gods. How will he keep up with his noble duties if he's spending all his time in the north with this wizard? What if gods be good? He actually passes his apprenticeship. There's never been a wizard on the council before. Oh, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You have nothing to fear from me, your majesty. I'll always have the kingdom's interest at heart, even as a wizard. Baron de Cheese sets off immediately on his journey north. Pestia's presence in Skolheim attracts all sorts of visitors, although the power of her latent magic starts to wilt crops for miles around. That's not great. Now the kingdom is at peace, you must seek an heir. Your heir needs to be someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're a bastard, or the youngest of your many cousins. Yeah, I'm going to have one with my husband. I'm going to sort that out, don't worry. We're gonna do the traditional way. Yeah. Yep. Alright, barons may want a fortress to bolster their military. I'm going to want E, the aqueduct, so we can feed people. That's the end of it. Cool beans. Here's the list of all the nobles and their money. We're going to start the auction now. Type !fund followed by the letter of the item you would like to fund followed by the amount of money you'd like to fund it with. Top 2 items at the end of the auction will be built and take effect. Bids on losing items will be refunded. You've got about 40 seconds to get your funds in, but there's a slight delay on stream, so I'll type in chat when there are 10 seconds left. Who's the husband? It's Martin from the March. Right, at the minute we got B and E, not bad. Thieves Guild and Aqueduct. Boom, 10 seconds, go, go, go. What did we get? We got military and we got farming. Excellent, we got the farming. Okay, wild beast attacks. Let's deal with this. This is important. Your Highness, I bring ill tidings from the north. Wildlife has gone berserk in rural areas. They're attacking villages and travellers all across the region. Tell me more about these creatures. They're great hulking beasts, clearly twisted by magic. Some say they walk and talk like people. The northern warriors are afraid. They say that the creatures are a dark omen, a sign of the end. By the 9th, hello, Stranger Wasp. What's gone into these chiefs that they can't handle a few mild animals? The other regions have plenty of their own problems, Your Esteemed Highness. No one wants to march up to the frozen north for something like this. Alright, then what am I to do? Point of order, Your Highness. Though the church's presence in the north is minimal, we could provide shelter for those who need it. All will be welcome, whether they are adherents to the true God or not. It's the least we can do. Or if you can afford it, send a detachment of mercenaries who aren't afraid of a few wild bears. They'll put an end to this crisis. You know what? Hire some mercenaries, I think. That's what we want. Bolster some mercenaries in the north. Royal gamble on B. Yeah, PJ, that's fine. This is an emergency. I'm willing to spend money on an emergency. You find a suitable company of mercenaries and send an officer from your own city watch to oversee the expedition. They will return with tales of a glorious hunt and legendary northern hospitality. Chief Whopper is happy to report that the beasts have been forced back into the wilds. Right, what's this? Your Esteemed Highness, the situation in the coast is dire. Slippity Slap the Second. The patricians, the King's Navy is in tatters. So few ships remain that I fear we lack the presence to patrol our trade routes. We must bolster our dwindling forces in the coast. Who knows what will happen to our people without protection? Yeah, I'm going to pay you to have the March build ships. Vote B for Golden Choice. We're out of arms on the coast. You know, I was tempted to say no, but if it gives the March more trade, if it gives the March some money, then it's all good. Son like father crazy, father like son, yeah. Let me go get a fresh drink. I'll be back in a moment. Alright. Bada bing, bada boom. A coast without ships is like a library without books. You set marcher carpenters, wainwrights and coopers to making sea vessels to replace those the patricians have lost. New shipbuilding jobs brings life to the marcher economy. And the patricians get the boats they wanted for an absolute bargain. Everyone's happy. Asgall dearest, I have something for you. Something I brought back from my latest hunter trophy. Oh, what's that? Oh, PJ, thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. We try and play every Saturday and Sunday. But, unfortunately, tomorrow I'm not available. So next weekend, Saturday, we'll be playing again. Martin takes you by the hand and leads you to the Great Hall, where a white sheet hangs from some statue that wasn't there before. When he pulls the sheet free and it falls to the floor, a taxidermy figure of a great brown bear is revealed, snarling in anger as if ready to attack. Fearsome! This will be perfect for instilling some fear into the nobles. I can't... Oh, it's exclamation mark. Join he. Yeah, there you go. Our Chad Duke. Chad. Okay, Chad, you're in the patricians. Please, King, money? I don't want money. I want a happy husband. I want a happy husband. He says it's a gift. I want to look after it. The bear makes a fine addition to the council chambers. Your nobles give it nervous glances every time they enter the room. It's alright. It's alright. In a dingy seaside tavern, two patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. The treasury is practically empty, and the king is struggling to fund his ambitions. We're perfectly placed to offer him a loan. So helpful of us. Indeed, these loan agreements will be as friendly as a bear trap, absolutely loaded with hidden catches in the small print. Now watch me work my magic. Good evening, Lord Patrician. What exactly is the purpose of this meeting? I heard about the king's recent money troubles, and I thought we could both benefit. Sign here and here. Here as well. This agreement does seem fair. Very well, I'll sign. The king will be pleased. Good night, Lord Patrician, and may the ninth God bless you. See, easy as pie. But it's not enough to bankroll the king, the rest of the kingdom must be in debt to us as well. To advance their scheme, the patricians must have the highest trade of all 3 regions. In 3 seasons. 10, 10, 2. 10, 10, 10, 2. 10, 10, 10, 2. There we go. Jobs are good 'un. No thinking. I've been meaning to do that for 2 years. 2 years of rebellion. Oh dear. Alright, who's cast out? Oh no, the cheese! Oh no, the cheese is the bone! It's now outrage! It's undignified! She can't do this, great God! Why is there a skeleton in front of me? It's me, Baron the Cheese! I was devoured by rats during my initiation with Lady Penya, but now she's cast me out! She says I have no discernible magical aptitude, whatever that means. I demand vengeance. Show me, Penya, what it means to insult a member of King Asgall's council. Ooh. You've lost weight. Have you been on a diet? Demand compensation. Okay, we're going to demand compensation, hopefully. B. I was tempted by D for a moment, but no, we'll go for compensation. In fact, I will pay you all to demand compensation. Vote B, everyone, for golden choice. Okay. 3, 2, 1, and we'll move on. Golden choice in effect on B. Boom, boom. You send a strongly worded letter to the wizard. To your surprise, she actually answers. She's not happy, mind you, but she's also not turning you inside out. The compensation is measly, but the cheese is happy with it, at least for a time. Not long after, he kicks the bucket anyway. Apparently proximity to Pestia's magic was the only thing keeping him from falling apart. Salutes. The cheese was a dreamer. They dreamed big. But now the kill count sits at 3. 3 kills today. The second cheese will join the council. Fateful tree. Your Majesty, bad news from our new stadium. What's happened to it? It's not the stadium exactly. Chief Ragnar, hello. The stadium sits next to a grove of trees. There's one especially rare one, the Greater Arrow Tree. It was planted by Queen Alma the Wise herself. It stands over 200 feet tall. That's a very tall tree. It is indeed, your greatness, it is indeed. But that's part of the problem. Unfortunately, all the visitors to our newly built stadium are disturbing the soil. The Greater Arrow Tree is dying. I reckon designate the tree a protected site with an official proclamation. Royal gamble. See, come on. I gave you money. Give me some money. Then we're all happy, right? I don't think I'm going to get the farming I want up. Oh my god. Okay. Is this going? It's okay, right. I think that's everyone. After your proclamation, the people give the Greater Arrow Tree a wide berth, fearing for their necks. It recovers its health and flourishes, casting the stadium in a sun-dappled shadow. It becomes a symbol not only of the reign of Queen Alma the Wise, but of your wisdom in protecting your kingdom's natural beauty. It's a starry winter-like night, just like any other, until you awake to screaming in the courtyard. Get up and investigate that sound. Rubbing sleep from your eyes, you trudge over to the window and push it open. A cool breeze washes over you, as does the pale light of the crescent moon. Then you hear it again, a blood-curdling scream, followed by the sounds of shouting down below, then a deep and guttural roar. Something is attacking the palace watch. Let's find a weapon and head downstairs. You look around the room, there's an assortment of arms to choose from. I reckon we're going to take the crossbow. Brandishing the weapon in your hand, you get a feel for its weight before slowly pushing the chamber door open. You're on a guard and nowhere to be found. What in Celestaff are you doing? Don't go out there. Move silently. Stepping out bravely into the darkness, you begin your search for the source of horrible noise. The silence is more than you can bear. Despite Martin's protests, the two of you tip down the keep's spiral staircase, listening out for clues. There's another scream, this time much closer, around the next corner. A watchman is thrown against the wall in front of you, falling limp to the ground. Before you can react, a creature appears in the dim torchlight. A hulking, mutated, ursine figure stands before you, on 2 legs, its maw dripping with blood. You don't have time to think before it roars, the sound is deafening. Martin screams loud enough to wake a troll. But the bear pays him no mind and has eyes only for you. Shoot it now! Before it has time to think, you let loose a bolt from the crossbow, which buries itself in one of the creature's thick haunches. The beast roars in pain, standing on its hind legs and swiping at you wildly. In the chaos, you frantically load another arrow and fire again. This time the bolt strikes right between the eyes, stopping it dead. The giant corpse collapses. You dive out of the way just in time, then everything goes still. Moments later, your marshal and the honour guard come rushing into the room. Game as fast as I could, your majesty. What in the name of the ninth god is that beast? Martin, are you alright? I'm fine, just a little startled. It looked like that thing was on a mission to kill you. The creature's body is dragged away and eventually donated to the University of Quail for further study. Stories spread of your bravery and martial prowess. Commoners and nobles alike find new respect for the king who has slain a bear in his nightgown. We've done good work today. We've taken on all comers. That's alright. In the name of knowledge, putting on a show. What's putting on a show? Oh, this is the arena. Chad, hello. Your Serene Highness, I have a wonderful solution to all that excess cluttering your treasury. We should put on a mock sea battle in the coastal arena. For too long we put up for gladiators fighting to death on dry land. Oh, boring. That sounds expensive. That's the point, it would be the event of the century. We waterproof the arena and fill it with seawater, then we crew a few custom-built ships with our most expendable gladiators and have them duke it out before a screaming crowd. No, I don't think so. I don't really want to. I'm gonna pay you not to. 500 gold. Go away. There you go. At this rate, they'll sell you a crab. Yeah, pretty much. Like, they're back on default settings. We had a hardware reset. They got punched in the face so hard in the Civil War they reverted to form. That's just the way it is. Alrighty. Boom, boom. By the 9th! It would have been such a marvellous event too. For reasons you cannot quite fathom, a cloth-covered cart is wheeled into your court. It stinks all the later thereafter. Your Highness, I bring troubling news. Troubling how? This is the body of the palace watch. At least it was. He was slain a few months ago in your castle after trying to kill you. Do you recall? The bear? Just so, Your Majesty. This is he, transformed by some terrible curse. With your permission, I'd like to study him further to determine the curse's origins. University would pay handsomely for the privilege, Your Highness. No, give him his last rites. You know when to leave well enough alone? Whoa. Again, it was too late for the yes man. But yeah, there's the sign. I probably should have said yes. My bad. Prudent 2. What happened to Final Park? What do you mean, what happened to Final Park? I don't think anything happened, right? All his messages were deleted? Oh, I don't know. That would have been an auto mod. Too many syllables automated. Okay, I didn't even see that. Let's son, time you out. Be careful. Yeah, I'll put you back. Just reminding you. Yeah, no worries. Too much. Too many syllables. Too many symbols. Which is strange. Ellipses followed by the quotation mark might have triggered it. Especially if you've been doing it a lot in previous messages. Too much punctuation. Pretty much there's a very neat little community for King of the Castle. And anyone that's been playing the game for like the past 3 years and still playing it has pretty much bought and owned the game. But I have it. Have you, right. You might need to, so 3 months ago, we just had this with Simone. You have to log on to it and redo it. It had an update with Twitch. Twitch changed something. And because of that, Twitch changed which port the game uses. So, you may want to go into the game and reattach it. Chad and Fragner, do you both own the game? And are you both going to do it? Because, Fragner. So yeah, oh, okay. Chad doesn't own the game. Yeah, it quite often goes on sale. Put it on your wish list if you enjoy it. So yeah, Fragner, be sure to log on through the game. And reattach your Twitch account through the game's options. I linked 2-3 weeks ago. Oh, okay, it should still be up to date then. But something must have gone wrong. Have you got it linked to the right account? Have a look. Follow through the tips again. Follow through the tools again. And see what's up. Your quest for an hour is finally complete. You stand before the council holding a small child in your arms. Oh, the tooltip is a bit bust. It's a bit broke. So yeah, it's not always kept up to date. Yes, Your Grace, I don't believe is Steam integrated. It's a nice little narrative game where you're a king running a kingdom. I played it for a bit, like before I started streaming, I believe. But I don't believe Yes, Your Grace has Twitch integration. Be free. A free! Should I die, I ask that my crown be passed down to. The council hall is filled with nervous silence. My child! The assembled nobles break out into polite applause. By designating an heir, you cemented the stability of the kingdom. Yeah. Your Majesty, may I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of your child. What is their name? Asgall II. Thank the gods, Your Majesty. I'm sure little Asgall II will grow up to be a chip off the old block. Congratulations on finding an heir. Now you just need to fulfill your ambition to win the game. Expect a visit from the Spymaster soon. Alright, everyone's sort of stalled out, so we're doing okay. I mean... Hail to the crown heir. Thank you, thank you. Your Majesty, this year we will be holding the winter feast in my clan hall, and it would be an honour if you could attend. PJ, of course I'll attend. I look forward to it. Ha! We're looking forward to having you back in the north where you belong. Great gods. What in the ninth's name is that smell? A bit of lavender oil, a little rose. Ganahan. It's vile. Stay away from me if you please. Won't do you much good. Everyone in the north is bathing these days, all thanks to our aqueduct's pristine waters. Why, I've been bathing nearly once a fortnight. Smell rather nice, actually. Why, thank you, Your Greatness. In fact, the council should establish a public bathhouses in cities all across the kingdom. Great God! Really? A decent hunter needs a plunge into a forest pool to wash off the blood every once in a while. I reckon... Yeah. We don't need it. I need to buy more mead for the feast? No, no. I'm going to pay you all to watch me have a bath. Vote B, everyone. 500 gold. Fantastic. 17. I think that's about everyone, right? The servants scurry to set up a huge golden tub in front of the palace. Nobles look on along with a crowd of curious citizens. When you disrobe and sink into the steaming water, no one dares even crack a smile. Fetch me the royal ducky. Royal puddles in chat, please. If you've got the emote, use it. The nobles laugh and applaud. Even Baron Nilawa claps a couple of times. With such a ringing endorsement, the popularity of bathing booms. With the chiefs at the forefront of a new trend. New trend! Soon, nobles travel to the north to enjoy health benefits. There he is, the royal ducky. And actually a new trend, yes. At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be the father of the nation. But so far you've not convinced anyone. The kingdom's farms aren't producing enough food. The peasants can't rely on you. Your current ambition isn't working. You want to pivot and change your image. My advice would be to infiltrate each region with loyal spies, defeat their schemes with schemes of our own, but your other advisors have other ideas. We should crush this disloyal nobles, smash their armies and force them to submit. Your Majesty, if you help us spread the zeal of the Ninth God, the Church will lend our full support. With the backing of the Church, the nobles wouldn't dare move against you. Don't listen to these fools. Have you heard of the Sceptre and Sages? A lost artifact forged by Queen Alma the Wise. There's a legend that any king who recovers it will rule over a golden age. Here's the deal. We want stability. And the stability we can get is the kingdom-wide spy network. A wise decision, Your Majesty. I'll begin recruiting spies. We'll send them across the kingdom in the guise of travelling bards. But this will require a fine touch. Your priority is to raise the kingdom's stability and overall trade as much as you can. And of course, there cannot be open rebellion among the nobles. Sitting on a bench outside of Sunbleach Villa, two patricians of the coast meet to plot their latest scheme. Our profits are down. Our companies are being outcompeted by the damn barons of all people. How could this happen to us? The Pat's aim is to have the highest trade. I have some files to burn? Okay. Let's see. The time for farming is over, but A, the aqueduct would shore up the Baron's farming a touch. E, the Grand Bazaar would get the patricians a bit of money on the go. I personally, though, would like C, the library, to boost our stability up. Here is everyone and their money. We're going to start the auction now. Type !fund, followed by the letter of the item you would like to fund, followed by the amount of money you'd like to fund it with. Top two items at the end of the auction will be built and take effect. Bids on any other items that lose will be refunded. You've got about 40 seconds to get your funding in. Try not to miss out. There is a delay on stream, so I'll type in chat when there are 10 secondos left. C&E at the minute, library and Grand Bazaar, not bad. Ten seconds, go. Okay, what did we end up with? Yes, more stability and more trade. Not too shabby. Ooh, yikes. Stone Maiden and low on lumber. Let's have a look at these. Behold, Your Majesty. Oh no, who's it going to be? Husky Boyum. Baron Shadowmoon pulls aside a tarpaulin to reveal a granite statue of Husky Boyum. The statue is impeccably detailed. His expression a frozen grimace. A sad sight, is it not? A gift for me? No, Your Majesty, this is no statue. It seems the Stone Maiden is abroad in the east, in the march. Who's that? She's a walking statue of burning yellow eyes. All who meet her gaze are turned to stone. She sleeps for years at a time before waking and terrorizing the kingdom. She must have ambushed Baron Husky Boyum on his latest hunting trip. Please, Your Highness, we must do something. Salutes in chat. Husky has been killed, turned into a statue. Husky II will join the council. The kill count climbs. 4 kills today. Big stuff. Big moves. Alright, I'm gonna be real. Tell them all to hide. Just stay away. Golden choice on C. I'm gonna go to the bathroom quickly. I mean, I could pay for it if this was the only option, but I don't want to. I'd rather try and solve it without using a wizard, but we'll see what you guys vote for. I'll be back in a minute. Right, let's have a look here. Should be good. That's not a solution. That's pure cowardice. It may be cowardly, but it works. The Stone Maiden wanders around a march aimlessly, finding nothing but barred doors and shuttered windows. At long last, she retreats to a lair deep underground and falls asleep once more. After the weeks of stillness have devastated the Marcher economy, and a lot of barons got very into baking sourdough. Ooh. Your Serene Highness, will you let these superstitious barons get over themselves and let's harvest their trees? We need to get wood for our craftspeople. Okay, Wasp. I've told you 1,000 times, Lord Patrician, that forest is thoroughly haunted. You'll damn us all if you go logging there. You sold us a logging contract and said contract has no exclusions for hauntings. Your Serene Highness, the barons cannot be allowed to wiggle out of their commitments. I think the patricians have a contract and may go logging. I think that's... Can we see the noble's wealth? There it is, Ganahan. The Pats, they've been heavily taxed over and over and over and over and over again. In fact, they're the poorest faction of the lot. Use Royal Gamble. Royal Gamble. The patricians have a contract and may go logging. Vote everyone. Barons are, oh well, the Pats rebelled, so I've just been punishing them for that. No, why would I want to go D? The Pats have, yeah, they have a valid reason. They bought a contract, they deserve to go logging. Like, it's perfectly valid. Oh no! With the council's express permission, hundreds of coastal lumberjacks rush into the haunted forest and start hacking it down, but they're woefully unprepared for what they find. The moment the workers cut into the ancient trees, they come alive, picking up labourers and devouring them whole. Panic spreads. Oh my god, the patricians withdraw from the area immediately, and the forest does not return to dormancy. Instead, the trees are marching across the march, ransacking villages along the way. I warned you! Now there's an army of angry trees on our doorstep. The greed of the patricians knows no bounds. Ambition time. And now for something completely different. All goes according to plan, Your Majesty. Let me show you. Your spymaster takes you through a secret passage in your own private office. You emerge into a hidden chamber where a number of hooded figures are waiting. The Coast Scream Tom from Tom and... Oh, the... Wow! the over-the-top yelp he does whenever he bangs his toe or something. These are my agents. They can blend into the crowd as effortlessly as they can slip a knife between a traitor's ribs. Why didn't I know about this chamber? Don't worry about it. The palace is riddled with secret passages and hidden rooms. I will keep track of them for you. Soon our spies will infiltrate the courts of all the nobles on your council, disguised as travelling bards. One of the spies tosses aside her cloak, revealing the loot and the colourful costume of a troubadour. With charm and flattery, They'll worm their way into your nobles' hearts and minds. Then we will have a spy network the likes of which the world has never seen. I hope to make even the gaunt Davlin look like rank amateurs. They will learn to fear me. Indeed, Your Majesty. Weeks pass before you hear more news. Your spymaster arrives in your office with a small scroll, small as a cherry stem, clutched between two fingertips. This is a message from one of our agents in the field, Your Majesty. I sent her to Baroness Gudaku. The Time Explorers keep disguised as a singing gesture, armed with loot and set of juggling balls. Open it, of course. Will we hear success of our fledgling spy? 60%. Leaning mildly in our favour. What have we got? A success? Oh my god, real stuff. The spymaster studies the scroll for a moment and a smile creeps across her face. She holds it over the candle flame and it vanishes in a puff of cinder. She has been welcomed into Baroness Gudaku's court with open arms and is already flattering her with fawning songs. Let's hope the other spies are just as successful. Over the next few weeks, you receive back word from more and more of your agents. Almost all of them have successfully wormed their way into your nobles' courts. Now we must hope they can maintain their cover. Wait and see, 70%. This might be it, everyone. It might be good. The Travelador has been singing #1 from Bleach, my current favourite. Oh my god, that's a blast from the past. I remember old Bleach. I was a teenager then. Fuck it hell. If you wanna see some action, be the center of attraction. That's the one, right? The fight song that comes on whenever Ichi goes on the back foot and he does a turnaround play. Alright. Let's wait and see. What do we got? A few more weeks pass. There we are. You wait anxiously for news of your spy's progress. One day your spymaster appears at your desk, her face lit by a triumphant smirk. Good news, Your Majesty. Our spies have uncovered some of your nobles' darkest secrets. Did you know Baroness Gudaku has an irrational fear of lemons? You do now. Gotta be the centre of attraction. Oh, what did I say? We even have a few illicit romances between the nobles and our generically attractive bards. The blackmail writes itself. This has gone better than I expected. You do enjoy the services of an excellent spy master. But we can't get complacent. We must see if our other spies are equally successful. Over the next few weeks, your spies send back more and more positive reports. Soon you've established a spy network throughout the entire kingdom. It's with a sense of smugness that you call your next council session. As the nobles file in, you realise you know all their secrets, their weaknesses, everything. Listen, Your Highness. I was thinking their taxes have been awfully high lately. Why don't you hold a vote on reducing them? No. I must have misheard you. I called a vote. Let's go. Chop chop. Chief, can you come up here for a moment? I need a word in private. Chief Ganahan walks up to your throne, face quizzical. Your spymaster leans over and whispers something into his ear. He looks suddenly horrified. By old Hell's horn. How did you know that? Only my mother knows about that. Sit down, Chief. If the king doesn't want to vote today, there will be no vote. Chief Ganahan returns to his seat, trembling like a leaf. This is an outrage. The vote must go ahead. Hi. Care for some lemonade? Ah! Leave me alone. I'll do whatever you say. I could get used to this. When you leave the council hall, the nobles are quiet. They know a new era has begun, an era of cooperation, or else. Your husband meets you back at your chambers, your heir Asgall II in his arms. Smoothly done, Asgall. This is where my reign really begins. Our reign, my love. This is where our reign begins. Oh, thank you, Martin. Yeah. That night you sleep untroubled sleep for the first time since you sat on the throne. No matter their grievances, the nobles will never again dare defy you. You simply need to mention offhandedly that you know what they did last winter. Let you know where they sleep at night. The barons withdrew support, and the wave of popular momentum behind General Ruperta petered out. Oh, what's this? Tapping the sign? What? Why are we tapping the sign? I did not go tap dance with a tomboy troubadour from the coast. Over rejecting the taxation? They've been high. I want them up. I'm pro cruel tax. Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Oh, anyway, let's have a vote. So for next time, we're going to have Asgall II. We're going to have a poll. What's going to be our inheritance? So we can inherit, what have we got? Prudent? Or we can inherit Yes Man. Starting the poll. 2 minutes to vote, everyone. Right, let me put the sign away and we'll read the book. The barons withdrew support and a wave of popular momentum behind General Ruperta petered out. She is soon just another bitter old soldier ranting on that she could have been the queen. The chiefs celebrated their victory, and Asgall was venerated as a true hero of the north. But some whispered that the chiefs were losing control of their puppet as the king consolidated his power around his heir apparent Asgall II. The patricians failed to turn the kingdom's debts against it, and the moment had passed. Ever practical, they set about collecting interest and hoarding wealth, waiting for the time to scheme once more. Here's what the troubadour's saying. If you want to see some action, gotta be the centre of attraction. Make sure they got their eyes on you, just like the face you see in their magazine. Yes. The old but gold. Bleach was like the coolest thing ever when I was like 13. It's all about that Zachary Kimpachi. Oh dear. King Asgall ruled from the shadows, getting his way in the council with blackmail and threats. The nobles were terrified, but the peasants considered it a golden age. After 15 years of unquestioned rule, King Asgall died peacefully in bed, and the nobles let out a collective sigh of relief. There we go. Asgall the Unbending is here, and Monarch Asgall II will be prudent. Prudent has won out. Let's have a look. Zapazak is the wealthiest at 112,600. 12,600 gold. Fat stacks. Alex only has 100. The poorest. Great reign this one. Thank you. Thank you. And oh no, what happened? Oh no! Monarch Asgall has inherited something horrible from Martin. Much like their father. They're fairly sickly. Hair loss syndrome. They look tired and worn out. We got Lex Luthor over here. bold emotes in chat if you want to get it off your chest. Boldy. So bold they can't even have a crown. It's true. Don't you think she looks tired? Doctor Who reference? I don't know. I haven't watched Doctor Who. Oh man, in the old days I used to watch anime on YouTube in those like 3-part videos. Videos 1 out of 1, 1 out of 3, 2 out of 3 and 3 out of 3. Like they'd all be like little 6-minute clips. That was it. And it's all about, once you were old enough to understand it, getting a torrent so you could download it on Livewire and get those dirty fan subs. That's the old way. Ah, Kaizaku subs for the old One Piece. What they used to do, like in the subtitles, they used to do like special font for whenever people did their named attacks. The heir is a monarch, so neither male or female. Yeah, oh, Max, thank you. Thank you for the follow. We're going to continue this next weekend. But I think that's going to be it for now. So thank you everyone for being here.